is that me? Is that Thor? Is he crying? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. And that happens in the distant future. Why is Thor crying? Quick, tell me.
I can't recall that.
For some reason, I thought you already saw this.
What?
It's Deadpool and Wolverine.
Nope. I see it Monday.
Oh, okay. I thought you already saw it.
Nope.
I haven't seen it.
It's funny. It's a funny movie. Good times.
Excellent.
Rescuing Phase 4?
Yeah.
I've heard that they mock Phase 4 and Phase 5, which
they do.
Which is duly deserved.
My favorite quote is like Deadpool says something to Wolverine. He says, "Hey, welcome to the MCU. We're kind of at a low point right now." So welcome everyone. I did not do a fancy intro, I just realized, but across from me is Timmy Criddle.
Hey.
And next to me, my brother Brett Williams.
Yo.
And then me, Jeremy Williams. Which is too bad because I felt like there's so much opportunity there to call you the members from it. But also I don't want to do spoilers right now, especially for you two of who's in the podcast.
I'm the 5th grade teacher version of Wolverine.
5th grade teacher of Wolverine, yeah.
And Tim would be the chef version of Wolverine.
There you go. Yeah, I love all the variants. It's hilarious. I don't know why. I didn't know going into it that like the TVA was going to be such a thing.
Now, I have not seen Loki where that's off of. Do I need to see that for that to make sense?
You may want to. I would say it's recommended.
Okay.
At least season 1.
Yes, at least season 1.
Okay.
Season 2 doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. Season 1, Season 1 is, I think, a lot of stuff is based off of season 1 and throughout some of the MCU. Anytime they bring up the TVA and stuff like that. But season 2 I don't think is necessary. I haven't even finished season 2.
If you get time, finish season 2. But season 1 would be nice just to be like, okay, this is what the TVA is all about.
Well, just because, like, what was it? I've most of the Marvel TV shows, I've not, like, the instant I see a trailer or teaser for them, I'm like, swipe left. And so then I watched, Moon Knight, which I was hoping that was going to be good. And,
it just didn't deliver.
No, it was just like,
but the idea was there.
Moon Knight occasionally featured Moon Knight.
Yep.
And I just feel as though it's been a letdown. And what was it? When me and our brother-in-law went to go see the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, he leans over to me and is like, hey, I haven't seen WandaVision, or I haven't finished WandaVision. And I go, I haven't even started WandaVision. And he's like, do you think we're going to be lost out? And then they kind of like give like a 10-second blurb. And I'm like, there, we're all caught up.
Yeah. Of all the MCU shows, Loki, and am I forgetting anything, Criddle, I think is the best.
Let's see. Loki is really pretty good. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I mean, I
haven't watched that one.
It's kind of a meh, but I mean, if you're into those Q characters, it's fine. But I think going into the Brave New World movie, you're not going to be lost. I mean, really, honestly, the show is not necessary.
Yeah, but Loki is the only one that I think me and my wife looked forward to of watching the next episode, at least in the first season, because the first season is kind of fun. It was new, and yeah.
Wait, I'm just going to look up real quickly what Marvel TV shows there were.
There's WandaVision. I mean, I'm not counting Punisher and Daredevil.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye was fun. Did you watch Hawkeye?
I had not, no.
Hawkeye's fun.
Hawkeye is a fun watch.
You should watch it with the family.
Good Christmas watch.
Uh-huh.
And let's see, there's Echo, which I watched half of one episode, and that was an embarrassment to entertainment.
I watched, I think, 1 or 2 episodes, and I stopped too.
She-Hulk was meh. I enjoyed What If, but I mean, that has nothing to do with the timeline.
Well, I mean, I think it would be interesting if they would have done What If, and the only reason why it hard passed out of the What If is, and I wish they would have done What If, and like important moments, like what if, Thanos had done this? What if, this character died instead of this character or something like that? Kind of like how the comic books were. And it just sounds like, what if, Agent Carter got the super soldier serum? What if, Captain America had a Superman curl?
Like, I think with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 episodes in season 1 of that What If, I think I enjoyed season 2 more.
I haven't even watched season 2. I need to watch that one. I watched season 1 and it was all right.
Let's see. I never finished Miss Marvel, so I don't know.
I watched the first episode of that, and it was one of those things where, like, this is definitely not made for me. And then when they threw her into the Captain Marvel 2 movie, and then I saw the pitch meeting for Captain Marvel 2 movie, I'm like, oh, I dodged a bullet and time and money not watching this.
Yeah, looking at all the series back to back for season 4, season 5 of their TV shows. Mm-hmm. So the one that you watched, Moon Knight, I would say is like in the middle of like where, like if you were to say what is good and where Loki is. Loki's on like way further on the spectrum. I don't see anything else though that I would ever recommend anybody to watch besides Loki.
Yeah, I got bored watching Secret Invasion.
Oh, Secret Invasion started out so
I did watch
good.
Secret Invasion, and yeah, it was good-ish.
And then and then the end ruined everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep. So, and the one thing is, I'm kind of, if, what is it? I'm trying to find the name. Agatha All
Along. Uh-huh.
If that comes out and is just a big flop, I'm going to be like, who in your staff thought this was a great idea? Like, who? Like, unless they figured out a way, they're like, okay, everybody's going to think it's a flop. It's going to be absolutely amazing because we're going to do something completely different from WandaVision. And because I know you haven't seen WandaVision, but Agatha's character on that was the bad guy also in WandaVision.
Oh, okay.
And she just wasn't even that good then. So
I mean, I think it's all right writing on the wall. They've renamed that like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was supposed to be like Agatha, like Darkhold Diary, Agatha, or it was just going to be Agatha, and then it changed to something else, and then it was Agatha All Along or something like that, or what it currently is. So they've renamed it multiple names.
What they should do is just honestly wait and release it in January when people are more starved for TV content.
Well, that's what they did with Echo, and however, that just showed how much they had.
January 9th.
Had belief in Echo, where instead of releasing it one at a time, they just dumped it.
Yep.
In all honesty, they just need to stop making the TV shows altogether.
Except for Daredevil that's coming out. I'm excited for that one.
Okay, but I mean, like, other than that, after that, stop. Just let's go back to the cinema. Let's go back to the movies.
Mm-hmm. Now, I think I sent this. Did I send this to you, Brett? No, I didn't send it to either of you, I don't think. But you guys saw who they announced for Doctor Doom, right?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
That was different.
Well, and so I know, what was it? They're curious, and it's announced, obviously that Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Doctor Doom, and there's a couple of speculations and concerns that the nerd community has, me being part of the nerd community. And first off, there is a storyline where Doctor Doom does take on the role of Iron Man.
Oh, really?
And so they're kind of curious if that's what they're going to do. And it's not, I've heard it's not that great of a story, but they're like, maybe this could be, this is the multiverse version of Tony Stark being Doctor Doom, but his name is Victor Von Doom, so maybe he's going to be doing that. But the other thing that the nerd community is very worried about is Victor Von Doom in the comics rarely, if ever, takes off his mask. Mm-hmm. And when you're going to get a high caliber actor like Robert Downey Jr., is he going to just be in a green costume with his face, or are they going to mask him up for the entirety of the movie?
Oh, no way. They're going to definitely show his face. They're going to have to play with the Avengers feelings and
I could see it going either way. But I mean, I could see it like Iron Man. He wore his helmet long, but obviously we got the face shot when he's in Iron Man outfit sometimes.
Yeah.
He's definitely taking out his mask. He's not going to pull a V for Vendetta and wear his mask the whole time.
Yeah.
So, did you see some of the other cast that was brought in there? Like the one kid from Stranger Things that plays the guitar on the.
Oh yeah, he's Johnny Storm, right?
Yep. And I don't remember who the thing was. Mr. Fantastic. I'm kind
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that.
He's in everything.
Yeah, that they went after him and instead of, I don't know. Would you guys have rather gone with the other version already mentioned in, was it Love and Thunder? Which was...
the multiverse. And no, I wouldn't.
Oh, it was Multiverse.
I wouldn't have
the
gone with
dude
John.
from The Office.
Yeah, John Krasinski.
Yeah.
No.
He looked...
He looks like him, huh?
He looks like Mr. Fantastic. In fact, the only... I think that one would probably be the hardest one to cast in Mr. Fantastic because, he has to be old, but not old enough. And I feel as though Pedro Pascal, I don't even know when he was born, but he always seems old. Like,
He does.
Wonder Woman 1984, like old. Among Us, old. Mandalorian, when we finally see his face, old. Like,
How old do you want to take a guess that he is?
let's see. I'm going to guess that he was, let's see. I want to say I'm born in 68. That's what I'm going to say.
I think he's 56.
So if you said, sorry,
Born in 68.
68, doing my math as fast as I can, which I don't know if I can.
I think it'd be, let's see. I think it'd be 57.
57.
I think.
All right. Well, you both went over. So Price is Right rules. You both lose.
Really?
Yeah. It's 49. He's 49.
Wow.
1975.
I would not have guessed that.
I just wouldn't have gone with his casting.
I would have guessed that he would be born in like the late 60s, not mid 70s. I mean, well, what was it? I was watching with the family Ocean's 11, and I think it's interesting, and just playing that game with how old is Pedro Pascal is, we were sitting there watching Ocean's 11, and I sat there thinking, Brad Pitt is always young, and George Clooney is always like this...
The seasoned old
guy. They're a year apart in age.
I had no idea.
I think either 1 year or possibly two. I think maybe two. I think Brad Pitt was born in 63, I think, if memory serves me right, and George Clooney was 61.
Let's see. George Clooney, at least right now, he's 63 years old, born in 1961. Brad Pitt, he's 60 years old, born in 1963, but he's in this December baby. So, there'll be a time where he's 2 years apart, but like a year and a half.
Yeah. But I think that's so amazing that, just they look like they're two different ages.
They do.
And they're nearly a year apart.
Yeah, it is funny because, it definitely comes across that like they're completely different ages, like entirely. All right. Well, let's keep this going.
All right, merit badges. What do we got?
I forgot about Taylor's drop there. So my merit badge is I'm gonna call Mr. Mustache. I grew my first mustache. Now I've grown a beard before, but with the extension of a mustache, because obviously I feel like you can't grow a beard without them.
I think you should have like
A soul patch.
A soul patch.
Oh gosh. My soul patch grows so quickly that the other day before I shaved the sides down, that it looked like my soul patch was as long as my mustache. And I'm like, wow, you grow so fast. So story is I last week shaved everything off but my mustache, and I was going to just walk around the house for a while trolling my family. And then they turned on me and said they loved it. And I'm like, what? this is not how this is supposed to work. You're supposed to say, get rid of it. Ew, gross. And so because of many pleas, I did not shave it. And so it's been a couple weeks now that I have worth of growth, I should say. And I don't like it. It's going to not last long. But I think of one of my favorite podcasts is Dungeons and Daddies, where Mr. Mustache, he just talks.
Hey, what's going on?
Let me talk to her for a second. But yeah.
And for any of the listeners at home are wondering what Jeremy looks like with the mustache on, just know that you look at him and you're just waiting for him to say license and registration, please.
Yeah, it doesn't help when both my cars have what are they called? Why can't I
police decals? I don't know.
Yeah, aviator glasses.
Oh, yeah.
I have aviator glasses in both my cars. So.
Motorcycle cop.
Yeah, there we go. License and registration.
All right.
Well, my merit badge this week is I got the house merit badge. I officially moved into a house.
All right.
It was. I hate moving. Let's be real.
Yep.
I hate moving. It didn't go as according to plan. I was thinking about hiring some movers, and due to other circumstances that happened, I was not able to do that. And so I moved stuff, and I hate packing, I hate moving, and I hate unpacking. But it's all done now. I'm probably like 85% unpacked, but it is done, and I enjoy having my own space again.
Nice.
So what's the layout of the house? Three levels like this one? Two? Upstairs basement or upstairs or
main
floor upstairs?
Main level and upstairs.
Oh, they didn't give you a basement?
No basement.
Oh, man. Those are the best.
This isn't my forever home. It's just a stepping stone.
Gotcha.
But at least if they would have gave you a basement, probably it would be unfinished. So
yeah,
at least now you have 2 floors of unfinished.
Yeah, and I didn't even find this out until closing. I have to finish my backyard within 1 year.
Yeah, that's what they gave
that's
me
what
too.
Jeremy got.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't too difficult. They just mainly want like grass, so the dirt's not blowing.
Yeah, I don't want grass. I got to figure out something else.
Or some kind of xeriscaping.
Yeah, something. So I get a whole year to figure that out, but it probably won't happen until springtime. So I got time.
Springtime for Hitler?
In Germany.
Heil.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. 2-time homeowner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what's just out of curiosity, square footage, how many rooms?
I don't remember the square footage, but it's a 3-bed.
3-bed?
Yep.
So,
it's like the starter home of 2024.
Gotcha. So yeah, that's probably not your forever home because, do you have a man space or just like everything is out in the open?
The car is my man space.
The cars. Not the garage. No, the car.
The car.
No garage will ever be. I'm not talented enough to have a man space in the garage.
Not going to pull a California?
Nope. Oh, no, I could. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. Where everybody's garage is like their second living room.
Yep.
All right. Well, I got the merit badge. So I came back went on a honeymoon a couple weeks ago, and I got the merit badge it's entitled Unhelpful Zen Video. And just I do not, I am one real bad airplane flight from never stepping on an airplane ever again. And I don't like flying. I cannot handle the window seat because all I see is all the places where I'm going to just plummet to my death and die. And I'm fine flying as long as I trick myself in believing I'm on the ground. And generally, I do a pretty good job. Takeoff is, there's points in time where during takeoff, I'm just like, okay, just let's get it over with right now.
Let's just put this right into the ground.
I won't. Just when we crack, could we just explode like in Final Destination? Just take me out first, so I don't feel anything.
Yeah,
like that's generally what goes in my mind during the entire takeoff.
That goes dark really quick.
It does. And so we flew Delta, and Delta has this very mindful Zen announcements. And it's just like, it's almost like a tropical resort where people are sitting in like I don't benches that have lights, and it's just like, they're calmly just saying, hey, you're on an airplane and blah blah blah, please fasten your, and everybody's like doing these yoga poses and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, if I could get to my destination this way, sign me up for this.
Yeah.
But first off, hey, FYI, there's not this much room between me and the person in front of me, so I already hate this video to begin with. Second, like, as when they're like, if cabin pressure dips below or whatever, things will flow. And they're sitting there just calmly. They always do it calmly, but they're sitting there doing like yoga stuff, slowly just kind of grabbing the face mask and putting it on. And I'm sitting there thinking, this plane is going to be shaking. I know that they're not trying to like scare people, but I'm like, this is by far not even close to reality.
Yep.
And so I'm sitting there like, okay, the purpose of this video is to calm me down. Well, on our flight back, they told us, we will be experiencing some turbulence. They basically said kind of around like Missouri or something like that. Mm-hmm. And so we're up for probably about 30 minutes. No way, we're still nowhere close to Missouri. And suddenly we hit something and we like drop. And the instant we drop, my brain just goes, that stupid Zen video did nothing for me.
That's funny.
And it feels like a horror movie, like a video within a horror movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where, in horror movies where they take like children's song, Mary had a, and they play it super slow and make it sound demonic. Mary had a little lamb.
I was laughing when I saw that video. I saw it in March, and I was just like, what is happening? Where am I going?
I just am already on my iPad watching a movie because my biggest pet peeve with flying is when they interrupt my movie. And for every, I feel like it's 50 announcements every flight. It doesn't even matter if you're going from Utah to Vegas or something like that. You're getting like 50 announcements, and so they're interrupting my movie 50 times. And so yeah, I have to put my iPad on where they can't interrupt me, they can't bug me, and I just immediately zone into the movie. I do that from taxi to leaving to taxi to arriving, and like I'm still watching my movie like way into like people on deplaning, and I'm like, I got a lot of time. I don't care. I'm just gonna keep watching my movie here.
Excellent. Well, maybe one of these days I'll either get to that situation or I'll just be driving places.
There you go.
Spin the wheel.
So we have Spin the Wheel where I've been mistakenly in the past. We have 9 categories of questions. I don't know what happened to the 10th one. I thought there was one. That one.
It only took 2 years to figure it out.
Yep. But we have 9 categories of questions. We're going to spin the wheel, decide who's going to be asking what. And look at me, I get to go first. And looks like I get, would you rather? Okay. Would you rather eat only junk food for the rest of your life or eat anything, but everything just is just a bit overly salted? In both cases, health is not impacted.
So like I could eat junk food, and like if I was in the best shape of my life, I would be eating junk food and it would not like destroy me.
Not destroy you.
I would go with junk food then.
Oh yeah, but you can't have anything else. You can't have chicken. Can't have.
Oh, that would be so sad.
You can't have like you would not have milk. You would just be drinking soda.
Yeah, but if everything was overly salted, like my go-to would be chicken, so that would be salted. So then I would like try to wash that down with like milk or water, which would be overly salted. And then, you know, I try to get it out of my mouth. And so I might like, you know, desperately try to like grab some like, you know, grass and shove it in my mouth, which would be overly salted.
Grass would be over.
I don't know. Maybe, who knows how desperate you get to try to get this overly salted flavor out of your mouth.
It's a good point. Good point. I will say that water won't be salted for me. How about that?
Okay, water won't be salted. Will milk be salted?
Yes. Everything else will be salted. Water will not be.
Okay, then I'm eating junk food for the rest of my life.
What's considered junk food drinks?
Soda,
Purple stuff, Sunny D.
milkshakes.
So I can't drink water?
No.
Okay.
That'd be so funny. You're sitting there getting ready to like, you know, hike the Y, and you grab one of those Camelback bladders and just fill it up with like milkshake.
Milkshake soda.
Milk was a bad choice. Okay, I'm going with junk food.
I kind of figured you guys would get there, but just had to be certain. Mm-hmm. All right, Colonel, you're up next, and you got Desert Island.
You're on a desert island
Oh, I am?
with one car that also couldn't escape or help you escape. What kind of car would you choose?
You said it can't help me escape, you said?
Can't help you escape. So like you could push the horn and you will hear it, but nobody else will.
But I
it's
can
a magic
sleep in
car.
it and drive in it. Oh, man, I'm getting something that's like a home.
I mean, you could pick any car you want. You could pick a car that's from a movie, or you could pick.
Can I pick an RV? Is that classified as a car?
Yes.
I will pick an RV. The biggest RV that I'm allowed to have. I'll have a TV in there that might just play DVDs. Who knows? But I'll have a shower in there and a bed. I feel like that's a cop-out answer. I'm not going to answer with RV.
Oh, good. I'm like nobody's.
That's not very exciting.
Yeah. I'm going to, let me think about it. But I'm still going for a car that I would consider comfortable. So I'm looking at a van.
Mine's locked and loaded.
Do you ever watch Step by Step?
Yes, back in the day.
Remember
Yeah.
the kid that lives in the van?
Uh-huh.
That's like that's what immediately I'm thinking of, like something like that. But please have a bed in it.
You want a mystery machine?
Exactly.
Oh, that was my.
What's in the mystery machine? Because it's just car seats, right?
Yeah, but you know what? It's a magical van where I could like take out the car seats so I could drive around, because who needs any extra room for any passengers? You could make a bed out of that. You could, possibly, kind of like how Dad used to like rig our minivan up with a TV or whatever. We could have that rigged up with that. And so like, yeah, the instant you said any car or whatever, I didn't immediately go for, kind of a home situation
On wheels.
I was thinking about a car, and mystery machines. That was my locked and loaded answer.
That would be so funny. Like a boat is going by, and then this guy is just looking out binoculars and goes, "I think is that the mystery machine? That's on an island."
That might save my life.
But also, you might have been there so long that somebody comes to save you. He's like, and you try and rip off their head, like, who is this? Is this Mr. Stevens who runs the museum?
Old man Stevens.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with a van with a bed in it and whatever I can get, whatever you're allowing me to customize, because I want it to have a TV, a satellite. How about I get like an FBI surveillance van with a bed in it?
Oh, that's pretty good.
There you go.
Just has all the satellite equipment, so I can watch
Stalking
TV.
my family while I'm stuck on this island.
Enemy at the State, Enemy at the State van with Jack Black in it.
Yeah.
All right, Brett, you're up next, and you get Lick Off.
All right. I came up with this the other night, and I'm very surprised. Like, we're always going for gross, but
What about yum?
no, I actually thought about that, but then it'd be so easy because then it would just be like, I'll do that for like a cent, like because it's so delicious. And Criddle would be like, I would just do it for the pure sake of the college try.
Now the other
I'll
side,
pay you.
yeah, the other side of the spectrum. Well, how much will you pay to lick this?
But I decided to go hard, and so I decided, a light bulb that has been on for an undisclosed amount of time, and it is not an LED light bulb. So this is like, the 60 watt heat magnet back in the day, and you have to lick from one side of where the coil is.
So we've gone to dangerous.
Yep.
So is the light bulb on?
Yeah. It was on, but
We turn it off.
you
just
turn it
for the
off
lick.
just for the lick.
Okay. So
But yeah, this is like the 60 watt light bulb back in the day that emanated massive amount of heat.
So we're standing there, and you just say, "Okay, ready? Okay,
Yeah.
now lick."
And
Okay.
you have no idea how long it's been on for. It could have been just barely turned on. It could have been on for a week straight.
And you don't know how many men it took to screw in that light
And exactly. And there could be like a thick layer of dust on it, or maybe they're not.
I
Maybe
have a theory though.
oh.
bulb. All right. What's your theory? Or do you want to get to start to bed or to bidding?
I feel like my emotions are being played with this, but I'm gonna. Do you want me to start the bidding?
I'll start. I'm to Brett's left.
All right.
I will start with. I'll start with like 5,000.
Wow.
5,000.
5,000 for losing all taste in the near future.
Well, the nice thing about the
tongue heals
the tongue
fast.
heals real fast.
Okay.
I mean, you burn your tongue.
I've
You
burned
give
it
it. You
numerous
give it
times.
like a week or a week and a half, and it comes almost back to normal.
Yep.
Let's go with 3,000.
Let's say 2,000.
What is my bottom dollar?
$1.
$7. Let's see. We're gonna go with.
I can lick it fast, right? Like
Tim is just like, wait, this is the one that I wanted. I'll pay you.
as long as I lick it, it doesn't matter how fast I lick, right? Because obviously speed is the key. It's like as fast.
I mean, once your tongue is on, it is not coming off.
Okay.
Well, I think none of us are realizing that this could taste good.
Glass.
It's what's for dinner.
Let's go with 900.
I mean, I see my kid licking the windows all the time. I'll go 800.
So just a really hot popsicle. Let's go with
Hot popsicle.
Let's go with.
It's going to be the name of my band. Hot
500.
Popsicle.
$500.
$400.
$100, Bob.
Now I'm into like the thinking phase. $100 to lick. I get to go. And this is okay. This is where I asked more questions. It's normal light bulb shape, right?
Yeah.
So what point do I have to start? Like I don't have to start all the way at the base, right? Yeah. And then go all the way around. Oh my gosh, that's hard. That's a hard lick. Like just maneuvering, like getting your head in like there.
Well, I mean, I'll take off the shade.
Oh, I know that. I hope so. But like, you still like, the connection to the wall is like not that big. And so, that's more Bernie.
Yeah, exactly.
I was expecting you just to say like the dome.
No, I said from one side all the way around to the exact opposite side.
Okay.
Can the lights be unplugged?
I told you.
It's turned off.
The instant we start the lick off, the instant you get ready to do your lick, the light will be turned off.
Okay, but unplugged too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I'm stopping here
Okay.
because one thing I'm realizing also is that if a light bulb cools down too fast by your tongue, it will pop.
Oh.
It will shatter.
Tim's just like, that's extra. Yum,
It's
yum.
a fear factor moment,
He's going to wear safety glasses.
if that's allowed.
Yeah.
I'll I'll allow it.
Oh, that's so nice.
$100. $100. This would be fun to see. We're all watching to see if Timmy gets hurt.
Come on, do it.
Worth it.
Thank you.
Walking away, all these shards in his face.
He
$100?
walks so the instant he gets done licking it, that's when it explodes.
Oh, behind him as he's walking away, just
In
like a slow motion movie.
Yeah,
See, maybe I might have a strategy for that, but don't know if it'd be allowed.
I mean, whatever you got to do.
What is your strategy?
I would like to, if I could, I'd like to numb my tongue before.
No.
Darn. What if it's a natural numbing?
The only way I'll allow you to numb your tongue is if you poured hot wax on it like Homer did for the ghost.
The ghost pepper.
The ghost pepper.
Hey, that would almost be easier to do this
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. That's probably better than what I was thinking.
That's funny. Okay, I'm back up, and I got random question. Okay, also going to go with the deserted island question. If you were stuck on a deserted island, would you rather be stuck on the island with a possessed doll that cannot die, a depressed life-size stuffed teddy bear, or the donkey from Shrek?
I think it'd be because of the supernatural episode. I would want to be stuck on an island with a depressed teddy bear.
That would be so depressing, though. Like, it would kind of like, I feel like being around a depressed teddy bear the whole time talking about, oh, we're doomed. Oh, let's just end our lives now.
I would just grab it and then just like throw it. Because, if it's a teddy bear, you throw it into the ocean, it's going to get all heavy with water and then start sinking. And then it will just depressingly just go blub, 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 blub. And then it will get eventually washed ashore. And then it will just be super depressing again. And then I'll just kind of like, cast it off. And
So you're just going to buy yourself some time, is what you're saying.
Entertainment.
And you find out later when you're saved it was a real boy and he was just trapped in this bodysuit, and they save it and he's like, I have some major PTSD from that island. I was killed at least 1,000 times.
It's like, wait, you were killed 1,000 times? How is this? What? Are you a real boy or are you Pinocchio?
He doesn't know it's gross. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Aha.
I'm going to go with the donkey.
Donkey. You wouldn't get tired of that talking?
No, at least I'd have someone to talk to. That's not depressing.
Brett, you should just take the possessed doll. That'd be more fun to like throw in the water in the ocean.
Yeah, but the demonic, speaking I think that would kind of get on me, and because it's a doll, it would float.
Oh, that's true.
And so it would just be on the surface of
well,
the
if
thing.
it was a porcelain doll, am I seeing?
Yeah, if it was a porcelain doll, but I was thinking, some sort of like Barbie-ish doll that is made out of plastic, and then it would just be, just like doing its possessed, like calling, like, I'm going to make you bad.
You're trying to sleep and it comes up and you're like, oh, you're annoying.
I mean, at least with the depressed teddy bear, I just chuck it in and it's just like, this is the worst day of my life except for yesterday. Blah 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 blah.
Would you have fun, Criddle, with the donkey?
Yeah, probably.
Out of all of them, that would be like the most optimistic thing to have.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to get my
it'd be
space.
optimistic, but then he'd be complaining all the time.
Yeah.
Because he does get super
It's
complaining.
true, he does.
I mean, I'd be complaining too.
He's like, I want waffles. I can't wait till we get back. We're gonna have waffles.
I'd be like, what kind of waffles would you have?
All right, Criddle, you're up, and you get what would you have done?
What would you have done if you were on, or if you were given the secret plans to the Death Star?
That'd sell them.
Let's say you're on the same ship as that Princess Leia, like in Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
You're on that ship. Vader's after you, and you're in that like you're one of the guys, one of the soldiers or whatever with the crazy funky hat, and Vader's after you. You're handed the plans by another soldier.
I jettison similarly to like maybe I put it in a droid or something like that. And then once I'm possibly back to safety, I hire me a bounty hunter, let's say like Boba Fett, and then he brokers the deal because you know what? If somebody's going to be force strangled, it's not going to be this guy.
I similar thing. I just go to a droid and be like, hey, can you make copies and email them to all your friends? That way they can't get rid of them. Because can't they send messages to each other? Like, isn't that how Leia... How did Leia get...
Leia made a message and embedded it into R2-D2.
Oh, that's right.
Using a card.
That's right. It was a card. Okay. They don't have email.
They don't have email or Bluetooth in the future.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
They went...
Oh, that's right. Like, they have to stick their thing into everything.
they did away with email in the future because of the reply all button. They're just like, no.
It's too insecure.
All the fake. Too many people got scammed by the Nigerian prince. Okay. I mean, I would just run the other direction and either die for the cause and everybody would remember me forever and I'd have that immortality. Or
I might hide in the bathroom.
just a minute. Yeah. And put it in the back of the tank too, just in case.
There you go.
Like, I don't have it. I was just going to the bathroom.
Yeah, because it's like this flimsy card. So I mean, you stick some gum onto it, tape it to the back of the toilet.
Yep.
No one's gonna know.
Yeah, nobody's gonna know.
Vader, I don't know.
I mean, the only thing that, because we do see at the very beginning of A New Hope, Vader trying to figure out what's going on, and he has basically like force strangled like
everybody,
many people. So, like, I think you'd have to be very careful and, like you said, hide in the toilet stall. Get an out of order sign and kind of.
No, what I'd be doing is I'd be grunting, and so he thinks that somebody's already force strangling me. It's like, oh, they're already doing a thing there.
Pretend to be dead. There you go.
There you go. Just lay down on the floor. Like, he's like, did I already force strangle that one? I can't remember. I've been force strangling a lot of people today. I can't keep up with it.
Why is the force strong with this dead guy?
It'd be funny if Darth Vader was like, playing like a little kid's game. I have the force, and I won't strangle you, and I won't strangle you, and I won't strangle you, but I will strangle you.
You get a strangle. You get a strangle.
I like the idea of pretending to be dead. I'm going with that one. And just let him pass. All right, Brett, you're going to finish us off with how much?
All right. So, how much would you... would it cost? Would you? Is it something that you get paid or you pay, or whatever?
Whatever way you want to do it, just as long as. But most of the time, it's how much would you pay?
Okay. I'm just gonna set this up. You lost a bet,
Okay.
and you have to do it. So, there is a agency that is called Cuddle Buddies.
Ooh.
And you pay just to cuddle with somebody. How much would you pay to cuddle with some random stranger?
Just a random stranger.
Random stranger.
How much would I pay to do that?
Yes.
Or not get paid?
Because you lost a bet. So, and the bet is you have to go to this cuddling agency because I don't know. I saw something the other day and I just thought it was so odd. And so I'm like, oh, what if it was like there's like a cuddling agency or something like that? And so, yeah.
I mean, they have a boyfriend and girlfriend agency. I know it's very popular in Japan.
So, yeah. How much would you pay? Well, I mean, I know you'd pay, like, say $1, but like, so I guess let's just change it. How much would you charge if you were the cuddle buddy?
Okay. First of all, if I was to pay, I was thinking of a tier system like $5. I'd get some kind of homeless person doesn't have very good hygiene, And so, like, I feel like I'd have to pay like $100 to $200 to get somebody worth hugging and snuggling with. But how much would I charge to be
the cuddler?
Now, my labor union wants me to represent and ask, how many hours would I have to snuggle for?
I mean, like, you're a freelancer, so you know.
Okay, so like I can charge by the hour. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, snuggling for an hour with anybody is the issue in my eyes.
Yep.
Like I could be snuggling with somebody that's attractive and has good hygiene, or is ugly and really bad hygiene. Because of that, because of the worst case scenario, I would snuggle per hour. You know what's funny? Like, you could pay me a lot of money to do a job, like a lesser amount of money to do a job, but the fact that like snuggling, unless I hope the TV's on, but I don't get to choose that. That's their choice.
They either want you to just cuddle with them and just whisper sweet nothings in their ear.
Oh, that's more. That's more. Okay. You can't just throw that on me. This is snuggling.
Okay. So just cuddling with them on the couch.
So
Yeah.
Or
are you the big spoon or the little spoon?
hey, I think Jeremy needs to have a tier system.
Yeah,
Okay, big spoon cuddling, this much money. Little spoon cuddling,
That's going to cost you.
I'm going to say that my rules of my company is that unfortunately I cannot use like devices. Like I have to be there to provide the full service of being present. So I can't play on my phone. I can't have headphones and listen to an audiobook. It's got to be their scenario, their whatever they want to do. I'll say $200 an hour.
Oh, okay.
Do you take insurance?
Medicaid, Medicare.
I mean, if your insurance pays me $200 an hour, yes. I don't care who pays.
Yeah, I was going to go with $200 an hour, like kind of like a mechanic. Like
Yeah.
And I would be like a kind of U-Haul. I would have accessories, so, like, okay, you want some rain sounds, you want you want a blankie. I mean,
you bring those blankets that are already in a plastic bag, so you know that it's clean.
Oh yeah.
Could you dress up like a clown? I've always wanted to cuddle with a clown.
That's gonna cost you.
Oh, that's an upcharge. Sorry. That's 50. That's 60 or $70 because I got to get this dry cleaned afterwards.
Yeah. I'd have all these little like at additional costs if you want.
Bring movies. You bring your whole DVD collection.
You want to watch a movie for 2 hours? All right, it's gonna cost you.
That's $400, but we gotta watch this movie. It has commentary though. We can watch it with the commentary.
You want air conditioning? That's gonna cost.
But there is going to be rules about clothing and how much is required to be worn.
Yes. No, it's just a cuddle session. It's nothing else.
Yeah, no, I know, but like I don't want to some guy without a shirt on kind of thing.
No diapers.
No diapers. Yes. And I am fully clothed as well. No diapers for me because you're not cuddling with a man baby.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
All right, now on to another segment called This or That. So it's just a simple question. Do you want this or that? All right, starting us off, we're going to start off with the entire works of Will Smith versus the entire works of Paul Rudd. I know where Brett's
Paul
going.
Rudd has music?
No. Just the entire works. Like
movies,
TV
movie
shows, whatever.
Sorry, I'm sitting there thinking.
Yeah, Paul Rudd, yeah.
Because when you said the entire works, I was sitting there thinking, well, Will Smith does have like, rap albums and stuff like that. And then you said Paul Rudd. I'm like, what does he do?
He sings the Ant-Man.
Yodel?
Plays the trumpet.
And he has a yodeling session.
Find out that Paul Rudd, like, is like really good at the bagpipes.
Bagpipes and
This
harmonica.
compilation, 100 songs of Paul Rudd and his bagpipes. Listen as he plays "Come All Ye Faithful" and all this other stuff.
I don't know what Paul Rudd like. Because it's just like, okay, Will Smith. Like, I don't have to watch all of it.
Yeah,
But
you can pick and choose, but you're just saving it. Like,
yeah, I'm saving
the typical thing of once destroyed for
so
all life and posterity. And
so I know Paul Rudd was on the last season of Friends. That was like a trivia question that came up one time that I like learned about. So if I didn't do that, that would be gone. Paul Rudd is in, I know the most recent 2 Ghostbusters. He's also in Ant-Man, Infinity Wars.
he's in Clueless.
I didn't know that. Oh, you know what? If you lose Paul Rudd, you lose a lot of the MCU. And so I think I have to go with, even though I find it underwhelming and actually kind of like some of Will Smith's, like, you know, Enemy of the State type of a stuff. Like, I feel as though the bigger loss, oddly,
Wild Wild West.
yeah, that was gone. The bigger loss would be Paul Rudd because of, not that he's the main star, but what he's in that would just kind of negate other things. Also, I just barely, I on the airplane flight, speaking of Paul Rudd, I started watching Ghostbusters 4. I hate that movie so much.
It's on Netflix, so I'm going to be watching it shortly, I'm sure.
I got 10 minutes into it and I couldn't watch it anymore. It was,
Also, sorry, Paul Rudd is in, I guess he's in Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers as himself. I
that's
forgot
right,
about
yeah.
that. He's also in, what is that one? What is that one where he and the one guy, they do that one thing?
oh yeah.
He's Brian Fantana.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
That's a save right there.
No, Role Models is what I was thinking of.
Yeah. I forgot about that one. That was like,
I'm going with Paul Rudd. Final answer.
oh, that wasn't even easy for you. What makes it easy?
I don't know. I just don't watch a lot of Will Smith movies anymore, and I mean, yes, I'd lose like some like ones that I watched when I was a kid, like Independence Day and Men in Black. The Suicide Squad I could go without.
Well, I mean, the second Suicide Squad movie is the better one.
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys, yeah, I could go without Bad Boys.
You lose all his friends, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, that's fine.
You lose. He was an. Oh no, he's a producer for Annie. I was like, he was in Annie. I didn't know that.
Daddy.
Wait, but do you lose stuff that he like his production like too? I mean, or does it?
I don't know. I'm
I don't
gonna
know if
say
that
for
really-
this. I don't want to get into that, so I'm gonna say no.
Okay, but yeah, I
Just
mean,
movies that he was physically in.
Yeah, I could go without, honestly. Any movie that he's in, we could probably recast.
You lose Aladdin.
Not a big fan of the remake.
Nope.
So.
I actually liked the remake. 7 Pounds I liked. Hancock wasn't that great. I Am Legend was meh. Pursuit of Happiness. Hitch was a good one.
The best thing about Hancock was the love interest that they never spoiled in any trailer whatsoever.
I don't even remember.
Charlize Theron.
Yeah, I remember her, but
Yeah,
like,
but they didn't let you know that she was in the movie.
oh, okay.
That's what I loved about it. She was such a big name actress, especially at that time, and it was like, we're not going to spoil this for you.
Yeah, that's good. Yep. Looking through this, I would absolutely go with Paul Rudd as well. All right, so we're all Paul Rudd. Okay, next one. This one's just movie versus movie. Goonies or Heavyweights?
Oh, Goonies easily.
Goonies.
I agree, but Heavyweights is so good still. Okay, fine. Flintstones or Jetsons?
Jetsons.
I don't know. I think Flintstones, because you need to have that dinosaur that just, it's a living.
That's only in the movie, isn't it?
No, it's constantly in the cartoon.
Oh, okay.
I'm going with Jetsons.
I like the Jetsons, but I watched way more Flintstones. And I'm going to go with, to move on, I'm going to go with Flintstones. All right. Leonardo DiCaprio or Zac Efron?
You did this on purpose.
What are you talking about? I would never. In all their entire works.
It has to be Leo.
Yeah, it would be. He's done better movies.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
I got to go Leo.
Okay. Joe Dirt or Billy Madison?
Billy Madison.
Yeah, I figured as much. Michelle Pfeiffer or Sandra Bullock?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Really?
Because then
You'd have Batman 2.
which would be the most. And 8 Miles. No. I'm just saving Batman 2. I
You'd also be saving Stardust, right?
Oh yeah, Stardust. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, like Sandra Bullock, like I Speed. Okay, that would be a loss.
Mm-hmm.
The Net.
That would be a gain that it's gone. Speed 2.
I didn't mind the Net when it originally came out. Now it's just
I hated it.
It's just sad. I take that back. The biggest loss, Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. Yeah. As soon as you said the biggest loss, I'm like, oh, I know where he's going.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then Michelle Pfeiffer is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Avengers: Endgame. You'd be losing. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Murder on the Orient Express.
I hate that movie.
Let's see, Stardust. I already mentioned. Most of these movies I don't care about. The Prince of Egypt, and man, she has not acted much.
I'm going with Michelle.
Yeah, I have
in
to,
Batman Returns.
I have to save Batman too. That's the priority because that is the best Batman movie that is not directed by Christopher Nolan.
So for me, like Sandra Bullock is like Samuel L. Jackson, if you will. Like she's in a lot of movies, and because of that, I have a hard time just immediately going with Pfeiffer.
The third biggest loss would be Bullet Train not existing.
Bullet Train. She's in Bullet Train?
Yeah,
oh, yeah, she's the voice.
She's the voice in Bullet Train.
That's true. That is true. You get rid of Miss Congeniality.
That's easy.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I know some people really liked Practical Magic. I did not.
Nope.
Oh, I love this movie, A Time to Kill. That's a great
good movie. Uh-huh.
Speed, Demolition Man, and I'm going to Sandra B. I gotta go with her.
I have to save
The
Batman
Proposal's gone, which I know me and Brett both think that the ending is
wrong. Ending. You do not marry your abuser and pass up the girl of your dreams.
I'm curious though, Brett. Minions, it's gone. The first one.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay. All right, and then not that you probably see it, but The Lost City.
I did see that. Me and my wife watched that on our honeymoon. We were recovering from a long day at like Universal Studios. That was not as bad as I was expecting. It wasn't great. I think Brad Pitt made that movie.
Oh yes, absolutely. He was one of the best characters in that movie. Oh, so you guys are going both to Pfeiffer, right? Okay.
Yep.
I'm going Sandra B. All right, last one. This one is just movie versus movie. Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead or The Adventures in Babysitting.
Adventures in Babysitting.
Oh, both of those.
I like Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. It was always my favorite of the two. They were always in the same genre, like one or the other, so that's why I put it on the list. But
I think either one, if they got wiped off, I would not care. So I'm picking between the one I care least about or the most about. So I think I would have to go with what was the other option? I already forgot.
Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead
Yes,
or
I'll go
Babysitting.
with that one.
Interesting
Yes.
fact, Adventures in Babysitting did better on its second weekend than the first weekend.
Interesting. Had to go by word of mouth.
I guess.
Is what it came down to. The guy who played Thor in that, Thor. I forget who he was, but he was somebody. Let me just look it up because in Adventures in Babysitting, let's see. Who is that dude? Oh man. Anyways, he shows up. He's actually quite, I feel like, a popular actor, and I just really wish I could have pulled that out earlier of who it is. But yeah. Anyway, not wasting time there.
Okay.
All right, let's move on. All right, so this week we are going to have a best movie remake draft, and I get to go first. So one thing I wanted to ask at the beginning of this, because we all received the message of what it's going to be, but then as I started looking into this, what do you qualify as a movie remake? Because I don't think Spoofs in a way is any way of a remake. Scary Movie.
No, that's not a remake.
Yeah, I had a question about this too. Some people classify movies as a reboot, but really sometimes it can be considered a continuation.
Yes, that's also
or a prequel. Does that count? For example, Ghostbusters Afterlife. Not saying I picked that, but a lot of people consider Afterlife a reboot, but really it's a continuation.
I see Afterlife a continuation. I see the female version of Ghostbusters being a remake.
Yep,
Okay.
that's what I was considering as well.
That's
so
what
it's
I was considering.
it's a whole new cast, a whole different world. Not a whole different world, but a whole
So
new direction.
it's-
And there's nothing really tying it together.
Okay, so no ties.
Yeah.
All right. That's good to know.
All right. I'm not the happiest that I get, but you know what? I'm first, but I'm just going to go with Batman Begins.
All right.
I definitely love that series, and I know it's controversial with Brett, but I enjoy that series more than any other series.
So you're going with the Dark Knight trilogy, essentially, right?
I mean, I don't know how to work it, but I assume that Batman Begins is the first of the
Yeah.
First reboot. Okay, only the reboot, not the sequels after.
Yeah, because Michael Keaton Batman would be one. I feel as though the George Clooney and Val Kilmer are still in the same universe.
Yeah.
Because they kept the same Alfred throughout all of them.
That's true, yeah.
And so with this
Yeah.
one, it was a different Bruce Wayne, different Alfred. Even the same thing with the Batman with Robert Pattinson being a different one.
All right.
So.
Cool. But this is, in my opinion, I mean, the reason why I can't draft Dark Knight is because it's already a continuation of Batman Begins, and Batman Begins is the reboot.
Yes.
Okay, I have one that I'm not going to pick first, but I'll need to get some judging.
Okay.
But that comes down later.
Okay.
All right, so my turn.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Ocean's 11.
Ooh.
Definitely on my list. And then when Brett mentioned, I was like, oh, people know about this. Just kidding. I knew people knew about it, but it's like, shh. Anywho, Ocean's 11 was consideration for my first pick.
Ocean's 11 to me, like the 2001 movie. I mean, that is just a movie I could watch if it's on. If it just shows up on TV,
Oh, absolutely.
I'll watch it.
Absolutely.
Or if nothing's on, and I'm like, hey, it's just one of those one of my go-to movies that I can just sit back and leisurely enjoy, and it's got enough style and just some comedic moments that just has a nice balance throughout the whole movie.
But then has one of the most awesome heists
yes,
ever. I just when I watched it the first time, I had no idea that it was when they revealed it, oh my gosh, that was so cool. All this was in motion and I had no idea. You're giving me pickers remorse just a little bit. All right, Brett, you're up.
All right. Wheel pick. Let's see. Because here's the funny thing is this. I think I could probably list off so many things that I think neither one of you care about. And so I'm trying to figure out which ones I could pick off that
Would be on our list.
would be on your list that you would care about.
Just go with what your heart feels.
Yeah. What is your heart telling you?
So, and I guess this first one, I would have to get
Judges ruling.
ruling on because it's not as cut and dry as your Batman question and as your Ghostbusters question. And so it would have to be the A-Team movie.
I'll allow it.
I allow it. Yep.
All right.
I'll allow
I'll
it.
allow it. Yep.
So you're talking about the one that came out in like the 2000s?
Yeah, with Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, I
Or
like
not
that.
Leslie
I like
Nielsen.
that.
No, yeah,
Liam
Leslie
Neeson.
Liam
versus
Neeson. I like that
the
movie.
TV show.
Yeah.
So being a reboot as a movie.
I like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. My second one that I know none of you will pick is The Thing.
I saw that on the list and I was like, Brett's gonna pick that one.
I love that movie. That is such a fantastic movie.
You're
Okay.
a fantastic movie.
I am.
Wow. Let's see.
All right, Criddle, back on the clock.
Well, I don't know if any of you may have picked this movie or not, but I'm going to go with it. I could because I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm going to go with Sherlock Holmes.
I had it on my list.
Ooh.
I did, and that's the
Robert Downey.
Yep,
Yeah.
I had it on my list.
I
was
enjoyed
like,
it.
I wonder if anybody's gonna see that. I thought I was sneaky putting that on the list.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I watched that in the theater when it came out. It was really fun and stylish. I was hoping that they would come out with a third one. There's talks of it, but I really enjoyed it. It was good.
Okay, so I have a question about mine.
A lot of gray area.
A lot of
here.
gray areas, because this one, the sequel, alludes to the fact that it's a continuation. Jumanji.
I would say continuation.
Yeah, that's a continuation,
Okay.
especially because they do have
I had it on my list.
because the game morphs into a computer game.
Because in the first one, did they really ever? Was it in a board game in the first one?
Yeah.
And a more okay. Okay, fine.
Now you are welcome to use Zathura.
No, I mean I do like Zathura.
Zathura is really good.
It is good, but I don't want to. Sorry. I'm going to pick now, Brett.
Mm-hmm.
This is deep in the doctrine of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Airplane.
But that dispels exactly what you said. It's not a spoof.
But the thing is like it is. But like
It
it's
is a.
unofficial sequel. Well, I guess it's an unofficial sequel. That's what it is. Never mind.
I mean, they basically pulled. Oh, you have a really good point because they literally pulled so many lines from this crappy B movie 0 Hour that. I don't know. Here's how I'm going to look at this. I'm gonna check out the cast or what the names of people are on 0 Hour and see. All right, let's see. Dana Andrews. All right. So you do have Ted Stryker in 0 Hour. There is a Ted Stryker in
Airplane.
obviously the movie. You do have a stewardess. I think her name is also Janet. So
is there a love interest in 0 Hour? I'm trying to remember.
it's been so long since I watched that. It's such a bad movie, but it is so great. It sucks.
I want to go back to it and see if like did they say the lines like it picked a bad week to quit sniffing glue, because I highly doubt it.
No, they did not.
I'm sure they said it's a bad week to quit drinking or smoking.
I think there's only two that they have in similarly is a stewardess and Ted Stryker.
Mm-hmm.
But is that enough to
Classify as a reboot.
classify it as a reboot? What do you think, Tim?
I don't know if you're aware of the fact that Airplane was.
I mean, we established in the beginning no spoofs.
This is a unique case, I feel. But
It is a unique case. We have two characters. So we have the main character, Ted Stryker, who is in both, I guess, universes.
I'm gonna pull it out.
Oh, okay.
It's discounted. It's not. It's a spoof. So
Okay.
I mean that's its intentions, and its intention was never to be a reboot. So okay, I will get rid of it.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It was close.
Okay, another one that might be shot down. Because I think there is a continuation of actors in this, and I'm pretty sure I know who it is. Brett will say no very quickly. Casino Royale. Q is Q the same, or M is M the same as GoldenEye? Is that also a reboot?
Because Casino Royale the movie is a comedy, and
Well,
I mean, there is James Bond in there. There is M that is in there. There is an evil villain also. But neither movie, like the original Casino Royale that came out is a spoof. It is just mocking.
I had no idea it was a spoof.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Okay, so its intention was not the same.
No.
Okay. All right, get my list smaller and smaller. I definitely do know of some that, I mean, I do want that I know are 100% a reboot, but just making sure that I'm not missing out. I'm going to just pick the ones that I think you guys might pick out from underneath me first. This is not necessarily the order, but I am going to go with, I'm going to go with It.
Yeah.
okay, that counts.
All right. Oh, and I get another pick. I will go with, I have a hard time not going with this. And well, let's see. Because of the precedent that Brett has already set, I'm going with Maverick.
Okay.
I enjoy that movie very much so.
This is the Mel Gibson one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but James Garner's in it. That still counts. He's in both.
Yeah, but
Okay.
he doesn't play the same
Character.
person. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Criddle, you're up.
All right. Well, let's look at my list. Checking it twice.
Naughty.
I'm gonna. Dang it. I'm gonna go with the Batman from 1989.
Oh, so reboot off of the show.
Reboot off the show.
Okay.
That's a good one.
I think if you don't have that, you don't have a Batman Begins.
Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Is this it's called The Batman, right?
No,
Well, it's just
called
Batman.
Oh, it's just Batman.
The
Okay.
Batman's Robert.
Now it's referred to as Batman 89.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right, Brett. Your final picks.
All right. I'm going to go with interesting. I'm going to go with Brendan Fraser's The Mummy.
Ah. That was a reboot, huh? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Well, there was a Mummy from Universal Studios back in
Oh, that's right.
1933 with Boris Karloff. So
I was just thinking, whenever I saw the Mummy pop up on my research, I was just thinking the Tom Cruise one. I was like, nope, that one's
Ooh.
dumb.
And what do I want the last one to be? Because I picked this up and it is an enjoyable movie and I could have it denied and it's okay if it's denied. I'm going to go with True Lies because True Lies, not the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie that came out in 94, was a 1991 French film. And James Cameron directed the 1994 action comedy. So does that work or does that not work?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. Criddle?
My last pick, I'm going with Captain America.
Captain America.
That's a pretty good one.
Is that a reboot?
It sure is. There was one that came out in 1990.
There was also one that came out, like, I think the 1980s also. and I picked it up at a thrift store. I have not watched it yet, but it probably sucks really bad.
I've watched the 1990 version of it. And it's pretty bad.
All right, finishing out with me. I feel like there was a ton that I'm left on the table, and I don't like that. So I am going to finish with one of my I guess favorites of this. I'm going to go with Count of Monte Cristo.
That's a good one.
The one with Henry Cavill.
Yep. Oh no, not Henry Cavill. No, is there a Henry Cavill one?
I know Henry Cavill's in it. I don't think he's the main guy.
That's the Henry Cavill one.
Yeah.
Is the one with is he the boy?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah, I did too with Dumbledore in there as well. That I think that was I loved him. It's funny, we've been watching Harry Potters with my kids, and my daughter, I was just so impressed with her. She's 6 years old, and she realized that the Dumbledores had changed. I'm like, I'm so proud of you. Look at you noticing those things, because like to a kid's age, and we watched them like months apart from each other, but she knew. He is like, she's different. I'm like,
Wait a minute.
I'm like, I'm so proud. Honorable mentions. Wow, I can't speak. Star Trek.
Yeah, I thought about that one.
Yeah.
Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah.
Muppets Christmas Carol.
What?
It's a reboot, isn't it?
Oh.
Or is it just what would you classify it as? Because Christmas Carol's been done numerous times.
Yeah, you are right.
It's
Okay.
a reboot.
Okay.
Dr. Dolittle. Fun with Dick and Jane. I think this one should have been drafted by somebody. Italian Job.
Yeah.
And Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
So I pulled up an article from BuzzFeed, and this one is basically entitled 31 Movie Remakes That People Believe Outshine the Original Films. And I think
I saw that list.
So first off,
You guys had lists?
Yeah.
I just went with what I knew. Like the instant you said that, the first movie that actually popped in my mind was The A-Team.
Oh, yeah.
And that was on no list that I found. So these are the remakes that are better than supposedly the original one. Number one is the 1998 Parent Trap.
I saw that, yep, as the first one. I was like, lame.
The second one is Dune.
Yeah, I saw that too.
The live action Lion King, which
That was... I'm not going to watch that one.
No.
Unless I'm forced to watch it, I don't have any plans to watch
It's literally the same as the cartoon.
and then the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the Johnny Depp version is seen as better than the original one.
No.
Now, this is the one that I really disagree with. The Jackie Chan Karate Kid movie.
Better than the original?
I haven't
than
even
the
seen that
original
one,
one.
so I can't speak.
No.
This one says the all-female version of the Ghostbusters in 2016 is better than the original one.
No.
No, that's... Yeah. I didn't put that together that it was saying that one was better. And I was like...
Because it
yeah.
says that the remake is better than the original one.
Yeah, that's not better.
The live-action Beauty and the Beast better than the animated one.
No. The
No.
original one was an Oscar contender. No way.
And not only that, like, I love Emma Watson, but she did not deliver. So that's a definite no.
This is the only one I could possibly give it to, but I haven't seen the original one, and that is the 2010 True Grit is better than the John Wayne version of it.
Haven't seen it.
I seen the new one, and I did not care for it, so I don't even care.
This one will make Jeremy vomit in his mouth. The 2005 producers better than the 1968 remake.
That is garbage. That is garbage. I'm sorry, but what's his name? What's his name? Gene Wilder. Just it's too great of an actor. You can't redo him.
The 2015 Point Break is better than the Patrick Swayze version.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry, but apparently I didn't know there was a remake. Because when I saw that, I was like, there was a remake?
No, it's not.
And they did say the new It is much better than the original one, and yeah,
The first one is true.
Yeah.
The second one I don't know. Who knows?
Do you consider Rise of the Planet of the Apes a remake, or is that a continuation but a prequel?
So I think you have two options with that one. I think you have the Mark Wahlberg version of Planet of the
Yeah,
Apes,
which is its own
and then
thing.
you have the first one that had
James
Franco.
Yeah,
and
that's the
would
one I'm
be,
talking
yeah, I would consider that a remake.
Okay, because that was the only other movie on my list.
I need to go back and watch some of the Planet of the Apes in there because there's a lot I've missed, and I know the one that's coming out looks pretty cool.
Rise, Dawn, War, and now Kingdom.
Oh my word! They said that the 2009 version of Friday the 13th, co-starring Jeremy's Nutman crush Jared Padalecki, is better than the 1980s version.
Sorry, what movie?
Friday the 13th.
I didn't know they remade that.
Yeah, 2010.
I don't
Jared
think so.
Padalecki was in it.
Interesting.
That was around the same time that Jensen Ackles was doing the My Bloody Valentine.
Ah,
This one I would agree that the 2004 Dawn of the Dead is by far better than the original one.
I would
Yeah.
say that. Mm-hmm. I like the one, the Zack Snyder one.
All right. Well, that's just a fun list of remakes. So,
all right. Well, to give a synopsis, so I picked Batman Begins, It, Maverick, and Count of Monte Cristo. Criddle, Ocean's 11, Sherlock Holmes, Batman 89, Captain America. Brett has the A-Team, The Thing, The Mummy, and True Lies. Now, most of the time, I hate my team. This time, I'm happy with my team,
All right.
which is good since I was first picker. So, I just want to call that out that I am occasionally happy with my team.
It's usually hard when you're the first pick.
Uh-huh.
Like it's easier when you're definitely when you're the third pick, or sometimes even the second.
Yep. I agree. All right. Now it's time for our recommendations. So my recommendation is it's that time of every 4 years to watch the Olympics, and I love beach volleyball. It is the best. I enjoy it so much, and I recommend you give it a watch. It's an intense sport. Wish I could watch it all the time, but I have no idea where to watch it. And then not only that, I get like tons and tons of I watch them all. I don't just watch America. I watch them all just because I love the sport. Men's and women's both. Men's is a little bit more fun because they are more intense about it. And so like it's a lot more powerful hits and a lot more volleys. So that's my recommendation. Love it.
I've been enjoying the Olympics. I normally, like with the Olympics, I watch like swimming the most, I would say. But I've watched a little bit of track and field. I've watched very, very little gymnastics. I find gymnastics not as entertaining for me. I mean, it's not my cup of tea. But Olympics is fun. My recommendation, I've only watched 2 episodes so far, but they're dropping them in 3 different times. But I'm giving the love to Cobra Kai.
yeah, when I saw that they...
You guys like Cobra Kai?
when I saw that the most recent season had like 5 episodes?
5 episodes, but then they're dropping it in 3 different times. So
Okay.
5 each.
Because I'm like, oh, man. Because I knew, I had a feeling that there was... the last season wasn't going to be 5 episodes. And I'm like, do I watch it only just to wait? Or do I watch it and just get it all out at once?
You watch it and then rewatch it.
Okay. Well, I will, before I give my picks, I will just say that the Olympics to me is one of those things that is like the WNBA. Every so often I just wonder, oh, it's still on? Even though with the WNBA, I always find myself thinking, it still exists. Okay, that's good for them.
I've asked this to a coworker. What do you think's better, having a world record or having an Olympic record?
I would rather have a world record I think that's me.
Then what's the point of having the Olympics?
I think having an Olympic record, just because not only like you have that gold medal forever, and somebody has to on TV beat you. Like you could have like a world record of certain things, and nobody's going to care until it is something that is like watched by the majority of the world. Whereas you could do something and it's like, that's a world. Oh my gosh, he ate like 72 hot dogs. That is a world record. Now, if competitive eating becomes an Olympic thing, then it becomes disgusting and an Olympic event.
Did you see that they voted in esports?
Yes,
into the Olympics?
Did. I think that actually is very helpful. I think
it'll bring a lot more younger crowd into it.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So to answer your question about why then the Olympics is it's like any sport. I get to watch the Utah Jazz play the Boston Celtics or whatever, and there's state pride there going against another state. And this is just nation pride going against another nation, very similar to anybody who enjoys the World Cup. That's the same concept.
Yeah.
It's just we don't do world stuff. I mean, maybe we do, and I'm just not aware of it outside of soccer and Olympics.
Yeah. Yeah, Olympics and soccer.
Like I think Olympic record and world record should be just one and the same.
Mm-hmm. It's just saying that in this setting they have the best, but world record is like, okay, everybody out of the entire world, out of every scenario in the Olympics, outside the Olympics, you have the best record.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, I just wanted to just get my Olympic thing in. While I was on an airplane, because I did not download any movies because I'm not a frequent flyer like Jeremy, I was at the discretion of the movies in front of me. And I will tell you, I don't recommend Ghostbusters 4. I could not. I got 10 minutes into it, and the original Ghostbusters was made for kids, but also made for adults, where I'm like, this is just wacky and zany and over the top. And I'm like, no, I can't do this. So then I started watching the Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I like multiverse stuff. But you know what? For you to get a skill from one of your multiverse selves, that you have to jump on a spike while stapling something to your head, you've lost me. And I could not get past just how odd that movie was. So just also not a recommend. However, I will recommend this movie called Dumb Money, which is the story of the GameStop stock purchasing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm so interested to buy it and listen to the audio commentary.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be so interesting to figure out who's on the audio commentary, what did they do, what did they change, if there's any docu-series about the whole GameStop thing, because that movie was really, really good. I do not like Pete Davidson. I think he played a really good kind of jerky slimeball brother. Paul Dano was the main guy who he went from being the Joker in the Batman to that passive, joyful, stock investor. I'm very impressed with Paul Dano's acting ability.
Yeah, I don't like Pete Davidson, and so I'd be surprised if I liked him as well.
He plays a creep, and I think it makes it easier to be disgusted with him.
That's good. Well, I can't. Yeah, I really liked this other stock market movie,
The Big Short.
The Big Short. So hopefully, I'll like that one as well.
Yeah, I recommend Dumb Money.
It's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, see you tomorrow.